Welcome to the deep dive. So today we are plugging into a topic that most of us probably ignore until it's way too late.
Power quality.
Exactly. We're doing a deep dive on the SurgeX UPS-1000-OL, a unit built for places where downtime is, well, simply not an option. Our mission here is to break down the really dense technical side of this thing. What makes this 1000 VA unit so different from the one you might buy for your home office?
At the end of the day, it really boils down to one thing: delivering perfect, continuous power. This isn't just a battery backup. It's more like a dedicated personal power station for your gear.
Okay, so let's unpack that. The defining feature they always talked about is online double conversion technology. That sounds a little like...
A little like marketing speak, yeah.
Right. So what is actually physically happening inside that box?
It's the ultimate isolation layer. So think of the utility power coming from your wall as, I don't know, a messy, rushing river.
Okay, full of surges, dips, that kind of thing.
Exactly. All sorts of electrical debris. This double conversion unit takes all that messy AC power and it immediately converts it to DC.
Okay.
Then it uses that perfectly clean DC to generate a brand new flawless AC sine wave before it ever reaches your equipment.
I see. So unlike a cheaper unit that just waits for a failure.
Right, a typical line interactive one just sits there. This SurgeX unit is always active. It's constantly regenerating the power.
So here's where it gets really interesting then. Because that AC to DC to AC loop is always on, the batteries are always connected to that DC supply.
They are, yes.
So if the main power from the wall gets cut entirely, what happens for the equipment?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. There's zero interruption to the load. We call this zero transfer time.
Zero.
You completely eliminate the risk from that tiny switching delay you get with other designs. For sensitive equipment, that is everything.
That makes sense. But since it's constantly doing two conversions, AC to DC and then back again, is there a trade-off? I'm thinking heat or efficiency.
That is a fantastic question. And yes, there is. Because it's always processing power, it generates more heat. For this unit, it's about 520 BTU per hour at full load.
So you have to plan for that.
You do, but the trade-off gets you incredible precision. The voltage regulation is held to within plus or minus 1%.
Wow.
That kind of stability is non-negotiable for, say, medical gear or high-end recording studios.
So the engineering is clearly bulletproof. Let's switch gears. What about for the sysadmin, the person who actually has to manage this thing? What makes it easier to live with?
Well, they've designed maintenance to be a non-event. The best example is the battery management.
Okay.
It has a hot swappable, user-replaceable battery tray.
Meaning you can pull it out and swap it without shutting anything down.
That's it. You pull out the old batteries, slide in the new ones, and the server or switch it's protecting never even knows anything happened.
And what about fitting it into a server room?
It's flexible. You can set it up as a tower, or you can mount it in a standard 19-inch rack. It only takes up 2U of space, which is pretty efficient.
Good for density. And for keeping an eye on it remotely.
It's got you covered. There's an LCD screen on the front for quick checks, but the real power comes from the optional SNMP card.
Simple network management protocol. That's the key for enterprise gear.
It is. It lets the UPS talk directly to your central monitoring system. You can get automated alerts, trigger graceful shutdowns, all of that.
Okay, let's nail down the final numbers. It's Lalazin VA 900 watts. If the lights go out completely, what's the minimum safety window you get at a full load?
At a full 900-watt load, the spec is greater than 3.5 minutes.
Got it. So that's your window to get everything shut down properly.
That's your safety window, yes. And it's designed to support external battery packs, so you could extend that runtime up to 18 hours if you needed to.
That's a really solid look at this. So a quick recap for you. Online double conversion is the magic here. It means true zero transfer time, completely isolating your gear from chaos on the grid. And practical features like that tight voltage regulation and hot swappable batteries make uptime painless.
Exactly. So what this all means is the UPS-1000-OL is built for environments where you can't even afford a millisecond of interruption. It's a true power regenerator.
So we touched on that heat trade-off.
Yeah.
520 DTU per hour.
Right. And that brings up a really interesting final thought for you to mull over. When you commit to this level of power protection for your critical systems, how does that decision immediately force you to reevaluate your cooling infrastructure and even the physical placement of everything in your rack?